Hi. Sorry about the awkward start off, but hey all, my name is Zander Crawford, and if you didn't know, I have a channel down in the description. Alright, enough about me. So, I'm here to do a Let's Talk about the LGBTQIA. Granted, this is not like my normal Let's Talks over my channel. Again, link in the description. Enough with this shameless self-plugs. Zander, get on with it. Ironically, I did some research on this. I know, it sounds crazy. Me doing a graduate of high school doing research for something. I know, I just wanted to get some interesting facts and, you know, some cool things. So everybody put their thinking caps on, because here we go. I'm actually going to go through some definitions. This might sound stupid, obvious, but whatever. So, and just to prove that I am part of the LGBTQIA plus community, I am a pansexual, gender punk, and partially gender fluid individual. It's more of almost a gray gender, because I just don't care what you see me as. You can see me as a guy, you can see me as a girl, I don't care, okay? I just don't. So we're actually going to do my definition versus Google and see how close they are. While I was scripting these, I actually realized how deathly close my definitions were. So, to what Google says they are. Also, strap in, this is going to be a big video. Script was 4 pages, or script. It's mainly improv with all the facts and whatnot. But I just shrunk it down to 2 pieces that are double-sided, which is kind of crazy. So let's get on with it. This is going to sound stupid obvious, but gay, my definition. A male who's attracted to another male. This could be 2 female to male transgenders or 2 cisgenders, or a transgender and a male. Google's definition is of a person, especially a man, homosexual. And they give an example. That friend of yours, is he gay? Transgender, my definition, someone who isn't born with their body matching their mind and are transitioning to be the appropriate gender. For example, a male becoming a female, but not in the drag queen style, or a female becoming a male. Google's definition, denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex. So, here's where a lot of people get confused. You can call your transgender friend trans, and that's okay. However, at the same time, it's kind of not, because there's actually a whole trans spectrum. Again, this is going to be a big video, so strap in, get some food, get some drinks. I have a glass of water for a reason. There's like a whole trans spectrum or whatever, versus just transgender. Not the same as transgender. Trans implies the spectrum of trans, such as gender fluidity or gender punkness. Google, they have no definition. I dug around and Google has no definition. Lesbian. A female who's attracted to another female, this could be 2 male to female transgenders or 2 cisgendered females, or you get my point. Google, a homosexual woman. Bisexual, a person who is attracted exclusively to the male and female genders. There was someone on the amino, I'm actually doing this video for the LGBT teens amino, who was wondering what the difference is between bisexual and pansexual, and I'm actually going to go into that if you listen to the definitions, or I might go into that a bit later on, but I don't want to make this video longer than it already is going to be, so. Where was I? Oh yeah, a person who is attractive exclusively to the male and female genders. Google, a person who is sexually attracted to both men and women. Pansexual, a person who is attracted to you based entirely off your personality, not your race, gender, etc. Phone, please. I know that's the actual amino, that's because I'm in a few chats. Speaking of said amino, thank you to the guys over at this particular amino for letting me do some work here. I seriously appreciate it. I know I'm getting off track. But seriously, thanks to Zomz, or Zoms, I don't know if I pronounced that right or wrong, who was asking for help, and I was like, hey, I'm willing to give some. He's like, hey, can you do a let's talk about the LGBTQIA community? And I'd be like, I'd love to. Because I don't think I could quite do it on my channel yet, but I might upload this video to both personal and that channel. But I seriously appreciate everyone in that community. They're so nice and polite, and granted, well, there are a few oddballs and few crazies in there, but for the most part, everyone's really nice, everyone's really polite. Highly recommend you go join. Yeah, I'm not being sponsored by them, ironically. I'm just saying you guys should, because as someone who's part of it, and you guys can come say hi to me. I'm Luna Lizzie on there, so come say hi. Yeah. Okay. Right, Google. Google's definition of pansexual is not limited in sexual choice with regard to biological sex, gender, or gender identity. Kind of similar to what I said. Gender punk. A person who is purposefully androgynous while maintaining their identified gender. Google has no definition because it's not super well known. So you guys are just going to have to trust me in my definition because I have done extensive freaking research into this. They don't have a flag yet, which is seriously sad. So somebody get on that. But yeah. Gender fluid, a person who hops between genders. This is my definition. Google. Denoting or relating to a person who does not identify themselves as having a fixed gender. Example, the actor, DJ, an artist identifies as gender fluid. They has been adopted in the gender fluid community as an easy to understand gender neutral pronoun. So, use they and them a lot if you know somebody who's gender fluid. They're going to appreciate you for it. Instead of going out of your way and asking whether they're male or female every day is just nice. It's nice, it's polite, but for the most part, just use they and them. They're gonna appreciate it. Asexual, person who does not feel sexual tension for anyone. That's my definition. Google, a person who has no sexual feelings or desire. Here's. Okay. Now that the definitions are out of the way, I have some interesting facts. I had 82 originally, but we're gonna be here for an hour if I'm reading all 82 facts. So I organized some into a timeline, and then I had some other misc facts that I thought were cool or whatever. So yeah, let's get into that. First up, the timeline, which was an actual nightmare to make during the scripting process. So this stuff, because some of these things are super interesting. I will put the link down in the description, so I highly recommend you guys go check out these facts because they're really interesting. I found some ones that I was like, well, that's depressing, but it's really interesting. So I did try to am trying to keep this, this video on a more positive note than a lot of other ones, because there are some seriously depressing facts. You're just like, oh, okay. But we're going to travel in time and all over the world. And I did try to organize this as best as I could with timing, so please bear with me. Historians note that in some cultures, homosexual behavior was not viewed as effeminate, but as evidence of a man's masculinity. Examples include the Celtic and Greek cultures. My dog is going crazy behind me. So the Celtic and Greeks essentially are saying, I had a fact about this. There was something... There was something I read in these facts that basically said that Greek scholars would have gay relations with their students, or formates, I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. Basically, they thought that, sperm was the key to knowledge and wisdom, so they literally would do their... I can't even believe I'm saying all this. I just think that's kind of funny because we know the Greeks as very hardcore people, I almost want to say. It's not that they're super hardcore, it's just sort of like we don't exactly see them as being okay with gays, So, I'm not so sure about the Celtic. I did not find anything about that in my facts. Again, I just got double scripting and I'm filming now, so I'm tired from all the facts and getting rid of depressing facts, getting rid of facts that probably wouldn't have fit in, and this, that, and the other. It was ridiculous. It took me like an hour to script. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Some scholars have proposed that the first homosexual couple to be mentioned in history is the ancient Egyptian servants. Apologies to anybody who knows how to pronounce these names, but Numhotep and Niankum, who lived around 240 2400 BC. Again, Egyptian names I cannot pronounce. The ancient Greeks did not have terms that indicated here's the one I mentioned with the historians note in some cultures. The ancient Greeks did not have terms that indicated a dichotomy between heterosexual and homosexual. Instead, the discussion in ancient Greek sexual relations was who would take a passive or active role. The most common form of same-sex love was between an older male, the Aristes, who acted as a mentor, lover, and model for a younger boy. The Eromenos. That's the word I was trying to say earlier. It was believed that sperm was the source of knowledge and that its issue would pass wisdom from the Aristes to the Eromenos. Again, I laugh at this, so. Because that's just not how a lot of normal people perceive the Greeks, so. In 1629, the Virginia court recorded the first instance of gender ambiguity among the American colonists. Yeah, we're going way back in American history. A servant named Thomasine Hall is officially declared by the governor to be both a man and a woman in order to wear articles of each sex's clothing. Yeah. In some American Indian cultures, having a same-sex attraction was called being two-spirited. The tribe honored such people as having special gifts and being especially blessed. The Indians are dope. In 1860, Walt Whitman published the homoerotic Leaves of Grass, which later inspired numerous gay poets. Yeah. I don't even think I want to look into that. The first U.S. novel to touch on the subject of homosexuality is Bayard Taylor's 1870 Joseph and His Friend. Yeah. Might want to, this is just something, because you guys might want to, oh my god, my nose. You guys might want to look into that. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. I haven't read it, but it sounds pretty cool. So, yeah. The first lesbian organization in the United States was formed in 1955 called the Daughters of Bilitis. It was founded in San Francisco by Del Martin and Phyllis Lyon. Christ! My phone is going crazy. The Oscar Wilde Memorial Bookshop was founded in 1967 in New York City and was the first gay bookstore in the world. Because 1967 actually wasn't that long ago if we think in simple terms. Because, let's see here, the 1990s were, I want to say, 19 years ago. And that's just to 1999. And then 30 years before that was the 1960s. So that puts me together at 30, 19, 49 years ago. Yeah. 49 years ago, the first gay bookstore hit New York. The following year, in 1968, Dr. John Mooney, I'm guessing it's money or money. Yeah, we're going to stick with money because it's spelled like money. Performed the first complete male-to-female sex change operation in the United States at Johns Hopkins University. In another year later, so 1969, Time Magazine's The Homosexual in America was the first cover story on gay rights in a national magazine. And now Time Magazine, or really mainly every magazine ever, during the month of June, is like, it's Gay Pride Month! When really up until 1969, it just never happened. The first lesbian/feminist bookstore in the U.S. was the Amazon Bookstore Cooperative, now known as the True Colors Bookstore, which opened in Minneapolis in 1970. So, another year after the Time Magazine. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened from 1967 to 1970. Like, that's all fine and dandy. 1972. William Johnson became the first openly gay man to be ordained as a minister by a major religious denomination, the United Church of Christ in California. So no, religion isn't super evil. It's just your choice whether or not you become religious. The one church, can't remember what it's called, but that one church that's super hate speech or whatever. Trying to think of its name. I can't think of its name. My bad. I'm sorry, but they're, I guess, what give the other churches a bad name. Westboro Church, that's the one. Yeah, Westboro Church is known for their hate speech or whatever, and basically I think that's why they give such a bad rep to all the other Christian churches. So, not all Christian churches are bad. They just kind of can be intense. 1974, Lane Noble became the first openly gay elected official. in the United States when she was elected to the Massachusetts state legislature. That's a mouthful. Bleh. So yeah, female, gay, dope. Gilbert Baker, also known as the Gay Betsy Ross, designed the rainbow flag or pride flag in San Francisco in 1978, 4 years after Elaine Noble was elected. The flag is the most prominent symbol of lesbian and gay pride. The colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet represent sexuality, life, healing, the sun, nature, art, harmony, and the spirit, respectively. In 1984, Berkeley, California became the first city in the U.S. to extend domestic partnership benefits to lesbian and gay city employees. 1987. That's not that long ago. So, I don't really know what else to say. I know I sound like a textbook, and then believe me, I'm trying to go into detail. Why is that so hard for me to say? Whatever. To detail about this stuff and trying to make it seem more fun than it is. I'm not a crash course. I'm not in crash course for a reason. Yeah. (1987), 3 years after Berkeley, Delta Airlines apologized for arguing in a plane crash litigation that it should pay less compensation for the life of a gay passenger than for a heterosexual one because he may have had AIDS. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Basically, I heard about this from someone who had been through that era when I was still in school. Basically, you couldn't come out if you were a male that was gay because they would think you had AIDS. Yeah. And they called it GRID, gay-related immune deficiency. It sucked, as he told my class so lovingly. The term LGBT or GLBT or LGBTQ was adopted in the 1990s and refers to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer or questioning people. If you didn't know this, do some research. It's not that hard. However, the term is not without contention with some groups, such as those who are intersect, I, and those who don't want to be included, A. So basically, if you do LGBTQIA, it's also known as alphabet soup because there's just so many. But LGBTQIA is lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, and then asexual. So 1995, British actor 1995, British actor Nigel Hawthorne starred in the film The Madness of King George. For all you Brits out there, tell us who this guy is. Became the first openly gay Best Actor nominee in the history of the Academy Awards. Pride Day or Pride March. Oh crap, I did my timing wrong. Oh well. Pride Day or Pride Month refers to the celebrations that typically take place in June that commemorate the Stonewall riots of June 28th, 1969. Whoops. These two ones are having correct timing, so we are jumping back in time a bit. These riots are considered the birth of the modern-day gay civil rights movement. In 1982, the gay-related immune disorder, GRID, was named Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, AIDS. Yeah. In 2005, Swedish researchers found that when straight men smelled a female urine compound, ew, their hypothalamus lit up in brain images. In gay men, it did not. Instead, homosexual men's hypothalamus lit up when they smelled the male sweat compound, which was the same way straight women responded. It's literally neuroscience. June 2011, California became the first state to pass a bill requiring public schools to teach the historical accomplishments of gay men and lesbians. By the way, hasn't hit Colorado yet. Okay. After one hell of a timeline later, I can get into the random facts if I'm cool or interesting. The planet Mercury is used by the transgender community. The sign for Mercury is the crescent shape with a cross, which represents the male and female principles in harmony in an individual. Additionally, the god Mercury fathered Hermaphroditus, who had both male and female sex organs. That's right! Your transgender symbol originates from Greek mythos. The labrys, the double-edged hatchet or axe, is a symbol of strength and unity for the lesbian community. Demeter, the goddess of earth, is said to have used a labrys as her scepter, especially in religious ceremonies. Records of same-sex relationships have been found in nearly every culture throughout history with varying degrees of acceptance. Oh yeah, we are. All over the freaking world. And all throughout time. Last page. I'm going to try to lighten the mood and give you some more information about myself. The number of gays and lesbians in the U.S. is estimated to be approximately 8.8 million. Approximately 1 million children in the U.S. are being raised by same-sex couples. Yeah, 1 million. The state with the most gay couples is California, with approximately 92,138 couples. The state with the least gay couples is North Dakota, with approximately 703. Yikes. Lighten up, North Dakota. Criminy phone, calm your tits. The U.S. state/district with the highest I'm going to try that again. The U.S. state/district with the highest concentration of gay couples is Washington, D.C., 1.29%. The lowest concentration of gay couples is found in North and South Dakota, 0.22% each. You guys need to lighten up. The Dakotas, chill. Oh, that's just this thing. Okay, I thought it was a person. The 3 U.S. cities that have the most gay couples are New York City, 47,000, Los Angeles, 12,000, and Chicago, 10,000. Yeah, I know. It's weird. Don't ask. Contradicting facts. How I know. The major metropolitan cities with the highest LGBT concentration are San Francisco, 15.4, Seattle, 12.9, and Atlanta, 12.8. All of those are percentages. Gay teen suicides, this is kind of depressing, but this relates to the amino, are more common in politically conservative regions. So, again, see something, let somebody know, or let them know, say, hey, can you call this phone number and I'll talk you through this, and it could be like a hotline or something. Excuse me. Phone, please. Whatever. Researchers have found that the length of a lesbian's index finger you know, this finger, the pointer finger. In relation to the ring finger is closer to a male ratio than a straight female's. Men tend to have shorter index fingers in relation to their ring fingers. Men and women, the lengths are about the same. So technically a lesbian could have a slightly shorter index finger than ring finger, so. If one, all the twins out there, this is for you. If one identical twin is gay, the other has about a 20 to 50% chance of being gay. Because it is not 100%, scientists speculate that homosexuality is the result of interplay of environmental factors. Examples, surge of hormones in the womb, a virus, etc. and genetics. Probably bullshit. And I don't know though, because I don't research this stuff. So genetics has definitely a play in it, but like, I don't know, man. The first published piece about homosexuality is by an African American writer is the short story Smoke, Lilies, and Jade by Bruce Nugent. Go read it. The first US lesbian magazine was titled Vice Versa and was written by the pseudonymous Lisa Ben, an anagram for lesbian. I'll let you figure it out. Go ahead and pause. Figure it out? Cool. An estimated 1% of the population in America is confirmed as transsexuals, which essentially means you're transgender and you're attracted to other trans people, would be my guess. I didn't Google it, so, because I'm not in the mood. An estimated 1 million lesbians and gays are military veterans. Estimated 1 million. That's like a lot of frickin' vets. They're going crazy in the chats, would be my guess. Being like, most of the LGBT community discourages the use of the term sexual preference because it implies that sexuality is the result of a conscious choice. It's not. It's not. The term closet refers, everyone knows what closet means. I mean, being stuck in the closet. Well, the term closet refers to the confining state of being secretive about one's homosexuality. The word cannot be found in lesbian and gay literature before the 1960s and was probably not used before then. The question is, what did they use? The word lesbian is derived from the Greek island Lesbos, the home of the Greek poetess Sappho. Her poetry proclaimed her love for girls and praised the beauty of women. Yeah, a lot of our words in the English language come from Greek. For example, pansexual, pan in Greek means all, so all sexual. Pejorative, basically prejudice names. Pejorative terms for members of the LGBT community include poof, homo, faggot, queer, and fairy. However, the LGBT community is reclaiming some previously pejorative terms as positive words. The entire species of the dwarf chimpanzee, yeah, we're going into the animal kingdom, is bisexual. Lions have also exhibited homosexual behavior. Homosexual behavior has been observed in 1,500 animal species and is most widespread among animals with a complex herd life. Lambda, I'm gonna Lambda, I'm just gonna call her Lambda, is the Greek letter associated with some of the more aggressive factions of the LGBT community. Lambda can signify several things, including liberation, unity, synergy, or the iconic scales of justice. Scholars note that the symbol has also appeared on the shields of Theban warriors. The band of thieves is believed to have consisted of a group of fierce and dedicated male lovers/warriors. And the final fact of today in this video is, pardon me while I stretch. Kidding. The final fact is, while lesbians refer to female homosexuality, while lesbian refers only to female homosexuality, the term gay can refer to all members of the LGBTQ community. Some argue that the term homosexual should be avoided because the word only refers to sexual behavior rather than complex romantic feelings. All right, script. See ya. Okay. Sorry about that lecture you just had to sit through. So what is there to talk about me? I'm just a gender punk and kind of gender fluid person, pansexual person. So okay. Over on my channel, you can see me go playing Danganronpa 1 and 2, or because I got the reloaded version for the PS4. You can see me playing South Park, The Fractured But Whole. I talk about YouTube. I talk about things that are important to me. I talk about all sorts of crap. Thanks again to Amino, the LGBT Teens Amino, for letting me do this. Thanks again. Highly, low-key, really appreciate it. I haven't really done anything like this before. So, yeah, I think that's about it from me. Alright.